This ain't a fucking hobby. I don't know who the fuck you think
Good
that you're playing
evening,
with.
everyone. Welcome back to Innovation Rants. Of course, I am your host, your YouTube Messiah, often imitated, never duplicated Superstar Kim. This is it. Gonna go on Raw to see what's in Dallas, Texas. And well, before we do, I gotta get the proverbial ass kissing out of the way. Thank you to everyone that took the time to go out of their way to watch last week's episode, the 10-year anniversary episode. And thank you to everyone that messaged me saying thank you and congratulations and such. 10 years ago, I know I went over this last week, but man, 10 years ago, I never thought doing this, I would still be doing this. I said it on the very first episode. I'm going to do this until I eventually get bored and I'm not having fun. And, man, I'm telling you, I'm having more fun now doing this stuff than I was when I first started. So, again, from the bottom of my cold, black, evil heart, and trust me, I can name at least 3 exes that can vouch that it is cold, black, and I can name at least 6 family members that can vouch that it's evil. So, yeah, from the bottom of my cold, black, evil heart, thank you. So now that that's said, before we get into this week's episode, let's switch gears, talk about last week via the SmackDown Rewind and the big highlights from last week's SmackDown. It started out with the wise man himself, mine savior Paul Heyman, out with Solo Sikoa and Jim Uso because, you know, he prefers to go by Jim now. So, yeah. But Paul's out there doing as only Heyman can, hyping up on, talking about on how it was broke earlier in that day. The LA Times has officially announced that the reigning, defending, undisputed Universal Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns will defend said title against one LA Knight in Saudi Arabia at Crown Jewel. So yeah. Roman, it's official. Roman's going against LA Knight for the title. I could have sworn they said it the week prior, but apparently, I guess they didn't make it official. But either way, the week prior, you could see the writing on the wall and all that. So I still stand by what I said last week. Moving forward, though, as Paul's doing that, then out comes L.A. Knight. Yeah, dummy. Yeah, let me talk to you. He comes out, hyping up. Look at that Paul. Oh, look at you, you stooge. Get on out of here. Oh, wait, come here. What are you doing? Don't get too close. Go, get out of here. No, hold, right there. You know, playing cat and mouse with him, like telling him to leave, and basically doing like a parent thing, like, go on, get your ass away. Whoa, hold on, come back here. Alright, go. Whoa, wait. Alright, now go. No, wait. You know, kind of doing like that. What? No one else's parents said that? Just mine? No, fuck. Either way. LA Knight's out talking about on how he's going to win, as well as that this week coming up, this Friday coming up, they're going to be doing an official contract signing to make the match official. So, well, we all know on how contract signings in pro wrestling go, right? Oh man, this is going to end badly. So, other things that happened on SmackDown last week. Santos Escobar had a match against Montez Ford. This was a decent match. I dug it. Ford got the win. Honestly, I gotta say, I was all for it. And I want to see some more depth to the new Street Profits heel persona. So, yeah. I want to see on how far they can take that and make it go. Because just from a personal perspective, I think it's important to see on how a character, or not a character, on how a performer can handle working as both a good guy and a bad guy, given given the circumstances they're in. Because, and I know there are some exceptions to that. Case in point, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, who literally spent his entire career as a face, but, you know, you should know on how to be able to work both, because I've made this argument before, and I will make this until my dying day. Your hero is only as good as your villain, and your villain never sees themselves as a bad guy. They see themselves as the good guy, trying to do what's right, and the good guy is stopping them. So, yeah. Now that we're done with Professor Tim's class for the day, now let's get back to the SmackDown Rewind. John Cena came out, talked about on how it has been officially 2002 days, 2005 as of this recording now, since he has won a televised singles match. Which, when he said that, it was just like, whoa, that is one hell of a statistic. Cena talked about on how then he was saying, you know, I hate to say this and I hate to bring this up, but I think you need to start talking about the R word. Retirement. And then it was just like, whoa. What? Then Cena just stopped dead in his tracks. No. I still got plenty of gas left in the tank. I can still go. I will get back to where I was. I am still just as good as I ever damn well was. And, you know, I gotta say this. As much shit as I have thrown at John Cena, and if you go back in the archives, and trust me, there's 10 years worth of footage to go back on now. If you go back in the archives and look, I have said some pretty mean stuff. And honest to goodness, none of it was meant towards the man himself, because said it before plenty of times on the show. Nothing but love and respect for the man. But my God, I could not stand the character. It was just too squeaky clean. It was just too squeaky clean for me. Like, me personally, I like to see my heroes have some faults, some failures, you know? Kind of like Spider-Man in a sense, where, you know, where you're going to have a hero sweating on, oh man, can I really do this and then go and try and take care of that afterwards? Oh man, I really hope I'm able to, you know, things like that. But Cena, man, I got to tell you, he truly, honest to goodness, he really is the GOAT. As much as they hype him, have they been hyping him up, saying he's the greatest of all time? John, without a doubt, he is. He's the GOAT. And Cena is nowhere near one of my favorite wrestlers. But I respect the man, and I will say he is the GOAT. And 1A, I would put under my personal favorites then. But because John, for as long as he's run, very little changes to his character, has stayed on top all this time. So what's that tell you? So anyways, as John's doing all that, then he says, and I damn well feel sorry for the first person that steps through that curtain and tries to step to me. And then the music hits, and then out comes Solo, and ooh baby, flashbacks of Cena and Umaga. And as them two are staring down, out comes Jim Uso, bam! They do a 2-on-1 beatdown on John. Just as they're about to land the kill shot, the proverbial kill shot, out comes Jey Uso out of nowhere to save him. They clear the ring, and then next thing you know, we see backstage Jey Uso getting scolded by one Nick Aldis, the new SmackDown general manager, being told, "You're a Raw employee. You have no business, no qualms to be here." And attacking one of my talent, you're being fined $10,000. Security, escort this man out of here. And you see Adam Pearce, whoa, 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 whoa. Now listen, and I'm paraphrasing all this, mind you. Listen, understand a punishment needs to be made, but don't you think that's a little steep? Maybe. Security, how about you escort both of these gentlemen out of here? So, yeah. I'm calling it now. Survivor Series, War Games, Team Raw, Team SmackDown on War Games. I'm all for it. We had the world's largest douche nozzle, Logan Paul, issue an official challenge to Rey Mysterio for the coveted United States Championship, which Rey accepted for a match at Crown Jewel. And listen, I don't like Logan Paul. I can't stand the motherfucker. And if the guy wound up being devoured alive by a billion fire ants, you would not see me shed one tear. However, I am smart enough to know why WWE is using him. He's an attraction piece. He draws media attention. So it makes sense. I don't like it. I don't agree with it. I personally, I don't think I would have worked with him if I was in that position, but it's business, and sometimes business brings in and sometimes in business you wind up having strange bedfellows. So, yeah. We also had a tag match with Austin Theory and Grayson Waller going against Dragon Lee and Cameron Grimes. It was cool to see Grimes getting on SmackDown. Dragon Lee, I'm pretty sure, has unofficially been drafted to there. I don't remember seeing anything saying that he was officially. If he was, let me know, because, I could use a mental refresher. It was a decent match. Waller and Theory got the win. Excuse me. Like I said, I definitely see them going for the tag titles down the road. Main event match of the night was Io Sky going against Charlotte, and good God almighty, these two were good, and these two girls were cooking. Io got the win at the end. Charlotte went to go for a spear, but Io was holding the title, so when Charlotte went to go spear, her head hit the title, so it knocked her out. It knocked her out 6 ways from Sunday, long enough for Io to go and get a 1, 2, 3. So your winner and still women's champion, Io Sky. Then Damage Control proceeded to do a beatdown on Charlotte. And then she was saved, lo and behold, by the return of Bianca Belair. And then there was much rejoice. So with that said, now that that's all for SmackDown, let's get into this week's show, Raw Dallas. It starts out with Finn and Priest coming out. First, hyping up on how from last Monday they beat Cody and Jay. So they're the tag champs again. And then as they're doing that, Cody comes out. So, how you guys like being interrupted? So you see, you and I, we got some issues. So what I'm proposing is we settle it. And then Priest looking at Cody. Oh, listen. I appreciate what you're doing, but I'm already scheduled for a match tonight. And then Cody just looks, okay, but I'm not talking about tonight. I'm thinking you, me, at Crown Jewel. What do you say? Alright, I'm in. But I mean, hey, we're here now. We're in the ring. Well, you say we give these people something to look forward to. And then Priest just looks at him. You know, I like that idea. Puts the mic down, then Finn gets on the one side, and then you see Dominic and Rhea start to walk down, and then Cody's like, oh, it's going to go like this. Okay. And then he's just looking, putting his head on the swivel. Excuse me. And as he's doing that, next thing you know, Jay comes out of nowhere, boom, takes out Dominic on the ramp. Finn winds up going and taking a dive. And then Cody starts going at Damian for a minute. And then, so, yeah. And then there was big River Raw. And then JD McDonough out of nowhere comes, does a chop block to Cody's knee. Priest takes him out and then goes and smashes a chair against Cody's leg. They go and say that he had to get taken to a local medical facility. And then all they know is that he hurt his ankle. So with that said, let's get into the first match of the night now. Tag team action. Chad Gable and Otis from the Alpha Academy with their newest recruit, Akira Tozawa. We'll get into that in a bit. Going against the New Day. And, man, I tell you, this New Day was leading early on. Really decent match. Good, solid back and forth action. I liked it. This is my kind of tag teaming right here. You know, this is my kind of tag teaming right here. What I really liked seeing. It was a good match. Finish came when Kofi did a Trouble in Paradise, and then Woods did that tightrope walk on the top rope, and then did an elbow on the Otis. Random thing that was a cheap pop, for at least it made impress. I'm pretty sure it didn't just impress the hell out of me, but impress the hell out of anyone watching. Was at one point Woods did a worm, but instead of moving like this, it was in reverse. So he was going backwards when he was doing it. And it's just like, that takes a lot of core control. God damn. So next up we got women's actions. The man, Becky Lynch, going against Indi Hartwell for the NXT Women's Championship. And they're hyping up heavy on how Becky's not only defending her title tonight, but oh my gosh, she's also scheduled to defend the championship the following night. Is she going to overtax herself going at this rate? Well, you don't get to be the man if you're not willing to go and do the work. So as far as this match goes, really nice pace at the start. Indi, man, I want to make sure I say this the right way. Indi, she got her chance to shine. She got a really good chance to shine. And it was really nice. Liked on how the commentary was hyping up on how, well, yeah, Indi is a former NXT champion. However, she had to relinquish the title, so she never actually had a chance to earn it back or defend it. So this is her chance right here to claim what she never rightfully lost. So it was a decent match. I dug it. Becky got the win though, doing the disarmer. Not a shocker. So yeah. Next up we got Johnny wrestling. Johnny Gargano going against Giovanni Vinci. And Gio, he was leading early on at the start, but yeah, Johnny got a few shots in, but mostly, I not even so much at the start, but for the majority of the match, I gotta say, really it felt like Giovanni was more so leading the pace on it. Match came to an end when, just as Gargano was building up some momentum, and then Ludwig Kaiser, who's ringside seeing it, getting annoyed and flustered at Gio over it, starts getting up on the apron to go cause a distraction. Next thing you know, boom, sideswiped and taken out from Tommaso Ciampa, who takes him out. And then Johnny goes and does the Gargano spike, that DDT of his, for the 1, 2, 3. And folks, it's official. DIY has returned. Excuse me. Sinuses. It's that time of year for me, so I apologize if I cough a little more than normal. Next up, we got women's tag action. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven going against Natayla, and it was scheduled to be Tegan. However, she had a match on NXT last week, and they said she suffered a injury, so she can't compete tonight. I got no idea if it's legit or just a shoot, but either way, Natalia's partner is, drumroll please, Wade. Drumroll please, Wade. Wait, can you put your phone down and actually, just forget it. I swear, sometimes this man. Natalia's partner was Nikki Cross. Now, instead of Nikki coming out all crazy and feral like she normally is, no, she just comes out like this. Not saying a word. Just staring off into the sky, walking very slow and calm. And you're just like, what the hell is wrong with her? Did somebody give her decaf? Like, Gunny? Help! Yeah. So, all the while, Nikki's standing there, staring off at the stars, counting whatever. Natalia's getting put on the ass end of an ass whooping. And then eventually Nikki just walks off. I can't even say runs off. No, she just straight up walks off. And then match eventually comes to an end when Chelsea does an unprettier, and then Piper runs off the ropes and then does a diving crossbody onto her. 1, 2, 3. So yeah. Next up we got Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre. Sami proving that he can be a main event contender. And man, I gotta tell you, this was a good match. Nice little feeling out. Sami fighting uphill. But it was one of those kind of uphill fights of, no, listen, you think I can't? Well, you know what? Hold that thought. Hold my drink and watch this, motherfucker. Kind. And good God, man. Sami Zayn truly is a really great talent. And listen, and trying to think the right way to say this. There's a lot of people out there that I like that I would love to see be main event talents, but I know not everyone can transition into it. Sami, I definitely see being a main event talent guy and transitioning into it. So I'm hoping that at some point they do with Sami. Really dug this match. Really cannot put this over enough. This was probably my favorite match of the night. So if you get the chance, go back, watch it when you can. Match came to an end when Sami had Drew down and he had him sized up in the corner and it looked like he was getting ready to go for the haluva kick. And as he's back there hyping himself up, next thing you know, hear the music, looks over, sees Rhea Ripley coming down. It's like, what? Gets distracted by that. Next thing you know, when he turns around, boom! Walks right into a Claymore. 1, 2, 3. So your winner, Drew McIntyre. Next up, we got Bronson Reed going against the Alpha Academy's newest disciple, Akira Tozawa. And this came to be because, excuse me, Master Gable encouraged Tozawa to go and challenge himself and to fight. So he went up to Bronson Reed in the back, fight me. No. Mate, no. You're too little. No. What do you got to prove? And then Tozawa, wham! Just threw a big chop onto him. Okay. Let's go out there. It's your funeral, though. And squash match. Not much of a shocker. Wait. Bronson Reed won. Shocker. So now we come to main event of the night. Jey Uso versus Damian Priest. And good match. Priest leading at the start. Jey leading into the break. And as well as post break. You know, it was a good match, or not all a post break. Should say that. It was like the first half of the post commercial break, and then the second half, Priest was doing it. But it was a decent match. I dug it. I liked it. It was a good match. Told a decent story. Match came to an end when Finn came out. When Jay was just about to end it. Which distracted him, and then Priest hit the south of heaven chokeslam on him. Got the 1, 2, 3. That was it. And then afterwards, they then went to go and do a beatdown on Jay. And as that's going on, then next thing you know, boom, music hits. You see Cody hobbling down with a busted leg, no shirt on, still in his suit pants, and then takes out Balor. So pretty much you were seeing Cody Rhodes being a proverbial one-legged man in a ass-kicking contest. And wouldn't you know it, he won. Because he then proceeded to take out Priest. He took him down, knocked him out for a minute, had the chair rigged up onto his leg, kind of like the loose cannon bit, had it up, was getting ready to go and crack it over him until Finn pulled Priest out to save the day. And then you saw Cody and Jay standing triumphant. End of sequence, fade to black. That is it. Stick a fork in it. The show is done. So with that said, folks, that is it for this week's show. So please, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back watch some of the other episodes when you can. You know, it feels weird saying this still, but we got 10 years worth of archive footage for you guys to go back and watch. Look for me on the Twitter at Tim Vicious. Also got some other gimmicks out there, Thread, Blue Sky if you're on it. Also Tim Vicious there. Also, thank you to my executive producer, Ollie Ray Ben, who did provide music for this week's show. Make sure y'all check it out. It's on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, all that good shit. Details are down below. Thank you to Kaiser of the show, LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship. So a little bit of wrestling,
Allow me to demonstrate.
and a whole lot of attractive women.
I've been here for a minute. By a minute, I really mean a million.
And LFC is on Tubi, so it costs $0 to go and throw some support their way. But if you do want to throw out some dollars, go out and check out OneManeuver.net from Vicious Rants Apparel. Help support this show, folks. We got t-shirts, tanks, unisex tees, women's tees, toddler tees, kids tees, onesies, hoodies. Perfect gift for somebody that you love, somebody that you hate, or if you just want to go and grab a good shake and take the goodwill, just to be a decent person. It's that time of year as well, so it's a good gift. And don't forget to follow these cool ass cats on that tool when I can kill it. DSB_IV, Diabolica RA, Sergeant Curry has the dubs in your face, and folks.
Good night to fire, this is my life, don't need the limelight.
Like I always tell you, you love me great, you hate me.
Fall on my face, got back up like 9 times. I've died in for good news, I got 5 lives. If you're gonna throw a punch